Good morning, my dear students. Our chapter number 7 is going on, which is magnetic effects of a electric current. Yesterday we studied Oersted experiment and definition of a magnetic field and magnetic force. Okay, and some introduction of magnetic effects of electric current. Today we will discuss about a very important topic, very important. This is Biot-Savart law. Our topic is Biot-Savart law. Okay. For calculate magnetic field at any point due to a current carrying wire, Biot-Savart gives a rule, a law, which find the magnetic field. Okay, suppose we have a wire, this wire AB. We know that from Oersted experiment, if I current flowing through this wire, then in this condition a magnetic field is produced around this wire. But what is the magnitude of this magnetic field? To determine the magnitude of this magnetic field, Biot-Savart gives a law. To suppose to this Biot-Savart law, we suppose a current carrying wire AB. This is a current carrying wire AB, and current flowing through this wire, suppose this is capital I. Now we take a small line element of this wire, which is DL. This is DL, and a point P is located at distance R from this small element DL. This is a point P which is located at small r distance from this point P, and the angle between direction of this DL and R vector is theta. Then in this situation, if current flowing through this wire, then magnetic field produced around this wire. In this situation, at point P, magnetic field, according to Biot-Savart law, intensity of magnetic field due to small element of current carrying wire is directly proportional. This intensity of magnetic field due to this element is directly proportional to current which is passing through this element, and magnetic intensity of magnetic field directly proportional to length of a element, and intensity of a magnetic field is directly proportional to the sine of angle between direction of DL and R vector. It means sine theta, and dB is directly proportional to inversely proportional to the square of distance. This distance then 1 upon R square. Okay, this is a Biot-Savart law. So for above equations, we write dB is directly proportional to IDL sine theta upon R square. If we remove proportional sign, then dB is equals to mu naught upon 4 pi IDL sine theta upon R square. This is the mathematical form of a Biot-Savart law. Okay, this equation represents the magnetic field, intensity of magnetic field due to this line element at point P. Okay, here mu naught is the permittivity of vacuum. permeability of a vacuum. Permeability of a vacuum, and its value 4 pi into 10 to power minus 7 unit Newton per ampere square, or we can write in the form of Weber per ampere into meter. This is the Biot-Savart law. Again, I repeat, according to Biot-Savart law, the intensity of magnetic field due to small current carrying element is directly proportional to electric current which is flowing through this element, and directly proportional to length of element, and directly proportional to sine of angle between dl vector and r vector, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance small r. Combinedly, we write dB directly proportional to I dl sine theta upon r square, and finally we get dB is equals to mu naught upon 4 pi I dl sine theta upon r square. This equation represents the Biot-Savart law. It means mathematical form of Biot-Savart law, and this represents the intensity of magnetic field due to a small current carrying element. Okay. Now we write in a vector form. So in vector form, dB vector is equals to mu naught upon 4 pi I dl sine theta upon r square. Ideal sine theta upon r square, and in vector form multiply by r cap. Here r cap is a unit vector, and in the direction of this unit vector along to the magnetic field. Okay, we know that value of r cap is equals to r vector form of this quantity upon magnitude of this. Okay, then put the value of r cap, then we get dB vector is equals to mu naught upon 4 pi I dl sine theta upon r cube. This r square multiply this r, then r cube into r vector. In this diagram, we easily see that this angle r between the direction of dl and r vector. Then according to this equation, we remove this sine theta, then dB vector is equals to mu naught upon 4 pi into I dl vector cross r vector. This sine theta removed by this cross product. Okay, this vector product upon r cube. This is the vector form of a Biot-Savart law. Okay, this equation represents the intensity of a magnetic field due to a small current carrying wire. But we find intensity of magnetic field, magnetic field, not electric field, magnetic field, and due to this entire or complete wire. Then in this situation, integrating this equation, then we get B vector is equals to mu naught I upon 4 pi, this constant value, integration dl vector cross r vector upon r cube. This is the intensity of magnetic field due to a entire current carrying wire. Okay, now we take some special case. First, if point P is located at axis of this wire, it means in this case theta is equals to 0. Okay, and case second, if P is located perpendicular to this wire, it means in this case theta is equals to 90 degree. Okay, so we take case first. If theta is equals to 0, then we know that sine 0 is equals to 0. In this situation, dB is equals to 0. Okay, so we can say in the direction of line element, magnetic field is 0. Okay, case second, if theta is equals to 90 degree, it means point P located perpendicular to the wire, then sine 90 is equals to 1. Then in this situation, dB is equals to mu naught upon 4 pi IDL upon R square, and this is the maximum value of a magnetic field. Okay, so perpendicular to line element, magnetic field is maximum. Okay, this is the Biot-Savart law. This is very important for our annual examination. Okay, and next we will study applications of a Biot-Savart law, but before this we study rules for direction of magnetic field. Okay, so next topic is direction of magnetic field. For direction of magnetic field, we have some rules. First is Shannon rule. What is the Shannon rule? Shannon means south to north over west. South to north over west. Okay. So if we have a current carrying wire, this current carrying wire AB, and we draw a compass, this south, north, west, east. So if the current flowing in this current carrying wire from south to north, it means in this direction, and a magnetic needle is placed over the conducting wire. It means a magnetic needle is placed here. This magnetic needle, this pole south and this is north. Okay. Then in this situation, the north pole, this north pole of the magnetic needle deflects in the direction of a west direction. It means in this situation, the position of this magnetic needle is like that, in this direction. Again repeat, if the current is flowing in a conducting wire from south to north, according to this compass, south to north, and a magnetic needle is placed over the conducting wire, then the north pole, this north pole of needle deflects in the direction of west. This is the west direction, then this north pole deflect in the west direction. Okay, this is Shannon rule. Next, right hand thumb rule. This is very important. Right hand thumb rule. This rule gives the direction of magnetic field for straight wires. Okay, so suppose we have a straight wire, and in this wire current flowing like this. Okay, so if a straight current carrying wire is held in the right hand like this, this is suppose this current carrying wire, and direction of current flowing through this in this direction, then this conductor is held in right hand like as, such that this thumb remains in the direction of current. You can see the position of thumb. This thumb remains in the direction of current because of a direction of current in this direction and direction of thumb in same direction of current. Then the folded fingers, in this situation, the folded fingers represent the direction of a magnetic field. Okay, again repeat, if we have a straight current carrying wire and this current carrying wire is held in right hand like that, thumb remains in the direction of current. Suppose direct in this wire, direction of current is in this direction, then this wire is held in right hand such that thumb remains in the direction of current, then folded curved fingers represent the direction of magnetic field. It means the direction of magnetic field is in this curved direction. Okay, so this is the magnetic field, this is the direction of current. Then in this situation the direction of magnetic field is in this curved direction. It means this is the direction of a magnetic field. Okay, this is right hand thumb rule for straight wires. Now for circular wires, next rule is right hand palm rule. Right hand palm rule for circular wire. It means circular current. Now we have a coil and like a circular wire. Okay, suppose this is a circular wire and direction of current like as. Again another wire like that, and direction is this direction I. In both current carrying loops, current carrying circular wires, we find direction of magnetic field. Firstly we find in this, according to right hand palm rule, if we folded fingers of right hand, this is right hand, and this fingers, if I fold this finger like this, and this folded finger of right hand represent the direction of circular current. It means for this diagram, this situation means folded fingers represent the direction of current, circular current, then the direction of straight thumb will represent the direction of magnetic field. Okay, it means in this figure, this is the direction of current, then the direction of thumb in the direction of magnetic field. It means here the direction of magnetic field in this direction. Okay, and in this figure, this diagram is like as, the direction of current is like as, then the direction of thumb, this direction of thumb is represent the direction of a magnetic field. Okay, this is the right hand palm rule for circular current. And next is Maxwell cork screw rule. Next is Maxwell cork screw rule. We know very well screw page. This is a screw. In daily life we see this screw daily. This is a screw. Okay, now if we have a wire and in this wire current flowing through this wire in the direction, then in this situation, according to this Maxwell cork screw rule, if a right-handed cork screw, this screw is turned in such a way that this screw goes ahead in the direction of current. If we rotate this screw like as, then this screw goes in this direction, and if we rotate in this direction, then this screw goes in reverse direction. Okay, then according to this rule, if this cork screw is turned in such a way that this screw goes ahead in the direction of current, means direction of current in upward direction, then We should turn this screw in this direction. Then this screw goes ahead in the direction of current. Then the direction of rotation of screw is represent the direction of magnetic field. Means in this situation, if we rotate this screw like that, then direction of current in this direction and rotation of this screw will represent the direction of a magnetic field, okay, in this direction. So if direction of a current is this direction, then direction of magnetic field this means clockwise, okay. These are the rules for direction of magnetic field. This Snow rule, right hand thumb rule, and Maxwell corkscrew rule. These rules are for a straight wire, but right hand palm rule for a circular wire, circular current. Okay. So this topic is complete Biot-Savart law. In next class, we will study applications of Biot-Savart law, which are very important. Okay. So read carefully and learn it. And if you have any doubts about these topics, then you clear it in comment box. Thank you.